Okay, and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Humankind, where we're working on trying to get rich, basically. We got a hippodrome, that's going to provide like 50, I think. Well, maybe that one's not going to provide 50. This one's going to provide 50. This one over here is going to provide like 50, so on and so forth. So we're going to get some pretty decent hippodromes going soon. Okay. Claim that territory. Doesn't cost us very much. I suppose if we knew what the strategics were in the region, we should claim them, but we don't. And you can move. I suppose that has incense. We probably do want that at some point. I'm going to grab this one first. So I want you to get there. Take you about 3 turns to get there, but wouldn't be too bad. And then you go from stars. We're getting expansion. We're going to get expansion of stars pretty quickly, apparently here. Science will come along reasonably quickly, and then we are rapidly boosting the money production.
Your empire becomes one of the giants, astride the globe. And what will you do with this power?
We've discovered imperial power, which is one of the global achievements. Get you back to the border. So is there anything I want? Obviously, probably run down to the heavy infantry so we can pick up our emblematic unit. Food tiles produce more food. Or summons a bunch of different troop upgrades. Ability to absorb cities, which we're maybe not going to use. Theology. It's more science focused, I think. Oh, stability of research is interesting. Force, which is pollution down. I think I have pollution turned off. I think one of the default settings is leave that off these days. Money cost. So we probably do want trade insurance if we're ever going to do any trade. Plus, that's money from other people buying our resources, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at the text in here. I'm less enthused about the text. We probably want siege tactics, probably want the foreign outpost. Maybe could pass on getting rhetoric for a little bit. Though, 20% more faith. Yeah, if we wanted to go more about faith, that's what we do. Okay. So, there. Emblematic unit. Furnaces. And then guilds. Okay. I got 4 queues going on, though some of them are going to be flying pretty quickly at this point. Built the last has been unlocked by another empire, which is maybe not surprising. And comparatively, ask for some more grievances.
Sovereign.
You're claiming territory on my border.
Unfortunately, this time you are merely a bystander to someone else's glory.
That's fair.
Go this way.
They're recommending there. I kind of see why, but I know I want to put an emblematic district there. And I would rather put it down quicker. So we're gonna put it here. We've already got a demand, which is convert to shamanism. Let's demand that as well.
You
We'll add
go
the
where
demands.
you do not belong. Make it right.
Friend, you are a sight for sore eyes.
You are my ally, so we're gonna
I
renounce certain
know.
requirements
You
of you.
won't do it again.
We are in your debt.
We know you won't do it again. Of course they'll do it again, but it is what it is. Okay, it's fine. Those guys there. He'd locked down or ignore chance of bad consequences. We'll heed. I don't necessarily want to put people in quarantine, but we will. Okay, we're working on the pyramids there. That'll be a pretty nice power when it comes in. And when you can get added to a city, which we'll do, you're going to be Turks. Give us a first era star for the era. Add you to a city as soon as you're done.
Your first harbour gives access to endless expanses of the vast blue seas, great voyages and discoveries. Should have done this ages ago.
They say that, but we've got Korathons. We've already basically done that. Yeah, so that's another very valuable very valuable hippodrome going down. Okay.
If fame could be purchased on the open market with 15 market quarters, you'd be rolling in it.
Anyhow, if we got another territory, we get another expansion star, which would actually be the third one for this era, but that's fine. I think we've expanded enough for the moment, unless we end up starting another war. And we are starting to get the money going up, so we might actually pick up one of the merchant stars this era.
Yes. Staying alert, Commander.
Spends money in order to increase stability, and we'll do the religious districts are cheaper. % more money.
I suppose there are some things that are best done alone.
Well, kind of, we went one way, which is... I think it's tempting to do this one for the extra money on outposts, but we're actually going to go back the other way and get some stability. Well, this is, to be fair, this is occupied station. We'll hold off a little bit on that. What's the army composition? Probably want the unit quality, so we'll do
It
that.
does seem logical that people shouldn't have to do a job unless they want to.
So, and I probably still want to put a hippodrome here. That would be still a pretty valuable hippodrome. Okay, some more money. We get more support by building an aqueduct. We don't have any farmers right now, so that doesn't provide us anything. That's 14, that's decent. We only got one port. Still 3 food is 3 food. We'll come back to that. Plus 6 access, so that gives us a bunch more copper. We'll take that. We do actually have a maximum number of workers on the industry, so that makes sense. Let's put the walls after the aqueduct, and the vision after the walls. Okay, so that's that city. How's the construction going on here? Still working a little bit on the industry upgrades. What are we going to do industry instead? Get the stuff built. Let's get the stuff built. And the rest goes on commerce after that. And then you're working on the pyramids, which will actually be done next turn. Bring the money down a little bit. Stoneworks actually isn't going to provide... Well, it might after the... It will after the pyramids are done. So we'll put that up after the pyramids. That provides a little bit of money. Then we'll revisit the concept after that's done. Building it in... Which one is this? Where's this one? I don't think it's there. Oh no, it is the one that's there, okay. Ooh, that's an option. I could build a market district there and build another hippodrome there, get a double off of that one. Maybe. That's a 41. That one would be a decent one, so we'll off a bit there. Yeah, let's go for the adjacency there, get 41. And then, yeah, market's a little weak there. Although, if I wanted more industry, that would be a decent industry location. So, we'll plop like a normal industry one. Oh, no, or the one we're bringing down to 50, so I should probably do something that's actually going to give us some more stability. Another religious site wouldn't be too bad for that purposes. Okay, we'll come back and evaluate that one when that's the case.
The Pyramids of Giza, the
So there's our
original
pyramids.
construction yardstick by which all other projects will be measured.
So that probably means fairly soon we'll be able to pick up another monument choice. 450, okay. And what, only 2 have been claimed? So we can't build the stables of Phi Ramses, which is a little bit of a shame, because we are Egyptian, and Ramses is Egyptian, but probably pick up something religion-related. Yeah, we'll wait a couple turns. Well, actually, I suppose we can check that next turn, but we don't need that this turn. Influence on religious districts, cost of enacting civics, counseling, extra science, money, stability on garrisons, in particular, war support on grievance trigger on relations, accident number, or observe feasts. Well, to be fair, 5 food in harbor, we got a lot of harbors. That would be a lot of food. I suppose most of our harbors also count as market districts, so. And we're building market districts, and really, yeah, we'll go give alms. This is the next set. Might do purge idleness or like mandate patronage or something. We'll see. Spreading the religious a bit more. New tenant for Egyptian shamanism. Oh, new power investors again. So that's our friend. If we do it on the friend, that's probably a sane thing to do. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, and our allies turning around and buying stuff off us. That's what's happening there. Because we just gave them a bunch of money. So they can buy stuff. So yeah, definitely on the way up to that. Another 10,000 to go. And we're approaching 1,000, so maybe in a couple turns it'll be 10 or so turns. Ouch. We can now claim a new wonder. And we have a grievance we can deal with. But this is our ally.
You are a sight for sore eyes.
We'll go ahead and renounce the oppressing people on them. Okay. Unless you guys are getting war support at the start of work, yeah. Faith per adjacent forest, faith per adjacent rocky forest. Want to take that in the middle of the forest, apparently. Unless you're not lost over time during sieges. Look to see if any of these are sort of trade related. Or income related. It doesn't look like any of them are. Some decent faith ones. We might pick one of the faith ones, to be fair. So base 10, if it was surrounded by forest, and we can probably find a spot where it'd be surrounded by forest, it'd be another 30 up to 40. Is 40 the best we're gonna get faith-wise? Yeah. Okay, we'll pick you up then. Yeah, that's the forest tech. So that would be maximum faith there. Yeah, that's probably where we put everyone to maximize the faith. Like where we had our city here would have been fine as well. But yeah. Okay, so let's wait for the moment. It's worked out that you want to build it, so you want to build it. Come around to you in well, once the industry there is done. And your current construction projects are done. So the emblematic are probably going to be the most profitable, regardless of where I put them, because they're 41 each, yeah. That would do it. Here we go. That'll get done real quick. That'll provide us a bunch of money. To be fair, I can probably run around and buy a bunch of stuff with the money. Maybe to catch these cities up, the newer cities up, yeah. Oh, actually, we can get it over here. Okay, we get 35 faith there, whereas we're only getting... Well, we get 40 there, but we get more other resources, basically what it's recommending. I'll take its recommendation, put it over here somewhere. It's going to take 12 turns to build. In the meantime, I could spend money picking up some of the other potentially useful stuff. Oops. Okay, that's probably enough for the moment. Got a builder's star, okay. We're running a bit close in size, so if I do want you to keep growing, I do probably want to put more onto food, I suppose. Okay, so to support the stability, I need a stability source. Wait, I can now build it? Oh, because now that we've got that one done, we can build adjacent to the adjacent. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's get some stability. We can get 10 there, so let's go there. And then we can follow that up with this one. And then we're probably going to be looking for more food there. So you provide some stability, you also provide some defense and vision. Tempted to build something out here so we can see if anything's coming across the water. Yeah. I suppose at this point I definitely need a lot less construction, so swap it over to money. Running out things to build here that is super valuable. Not the normal districts aren't okay. Yeah, that'll be fine for the moment. It's this one where we probably want to spend money accelerating construction. Nope, and we have an event. Foreigners carrying strange wares, ideas, and perhaps worse are not welcome, or consent. Move a little bit towards geopolitical. Sure. That might have consequences, but we'll take the consequences. Foreign outpost researched. Gain some population down at Erks. Put on money making. No ongoing trade going here, so not much to actually do there. Pick up another tech, which we'll do in 7 turns. We'll gain another science star. And again, we're always being teased by the expansionist star is just one more thing. One more thing.
Your people see it as a place of safety and a symbol of power. Only your friends know of the extensive wine cellar.
Big extensive wine cellar. Okay. That's probably the garrison it's talking about, because I just built a first garrison. We got more Crowthorns to build here. Oh, I don't want to raise it, that's a definite no. Just so we can modernize one of the sectors, that's not really worth doing. I've kind of got the territorial understanding that I want. I suppose I could do in the garrison to get some idea out of stuff here. I need to have vision of the territory that I want to build it, so I have vision of the territory, okay. That's fair enough. And then that's the tech I want. Oh no, it's the tech behind that one. So yeah, we really don't need industry. Okay, let's back off the industry here. Back the science up a bit. And the city watch will still be done in a turn. Oh. And then you just have a lot to build here. And can benefit from having more hippodromes. Because it's just valuable. They're stable enough that you could just support another hippodrome. In a couple different places. Okay. Slaves. I don't even feed the need to open that one. Yep. We're not even gonna build that. We're not gonna select slaves. We don't need slaves. And we don't need station units, stability source, so for the moment we're good on the civics. Need small council for that, and 5 market quarters, 5 common quarters. Okay, so we don't have the common quarters. That's open-minded, and we've been religious hostility. At least 2 holy sites, so we need the second holy site built. And some more Aerostars are proposing that they are soon to be complete, which is probably true.
It is good to see you, friend, truly.
Use 20 myths, that's fine.
A mere indiscretion.
Most gracious thanks.
This proposition should be in all our best interests.
Okay, and that has
Your
maintenance.
proposition is advantageous.
Well, we're still working on those money stars. Let's hold off on doing that. Because the upkeep is subtracted from the money stars. Apparently has an upgrade. I assume the upgrade does more than just 3 on the plaza. So we're just making it cheaper in the long run by building it earlier. Justice for all. Disregard or pardon. Intriguing letter has arrived at the palace. A famous poet, thief, Lodges, has been arrested again by overzealous city watch guards in the greater city of Thebes. Currently languishes in the city Gaul, awaiting trial. He swears he suffered great injustice this time and promises to write an ode to your glory should you pardon him. So I can gain influence by disregarding, or I can gain some fame. Really don't need the influence right now, so we'll take the fame. So you're only going to hang around for 6 more years. 6 more years. Get some influence on them. They'll actually hang around long enough to maybe care about. Okay, that queue's empty. I've probably run out, well, running low on things to build here. So the science ones are more valuable, and we're not going to do building for much longer. Yeah, we just have enough industry here, we can build it so reasonably quickly, okay. Merchants from far. Because we let the merchants in, we now profit. Yes. So that's the science star. We'll pick up the money one next turn. We do empower investor again. That'll be done. That'll be good. Yeah, it's 3 turns for the wonder. I suppose I don't need a line of sight to put you in someplace. No. Start building you over there. That'll take 3 turns. It can be a good use of that. Okay. Here's our merchant star. Next one's going to be... Well, we're moving pretty quickly. We might actually pick the next one up. To be fair, these projects are shared projects, so I could have other people dump construction into those. I want them to go faster. Now I'm thinking about it. Of course, I don't really need them to go faster, so... Pick up the rest of the buildings here. In fact, I could probably pick up most of it up with money. Yeah. Okay, then help on the wonder.
So you have invested in the construction of a holy site. Is this an opiate or a panacea?
We have a heresy. Grievance has been forgiven. Oh, heresy's been forgiven. Okay.
You have a nerve showing your face.
So I could start some of the mines.
Tell me what is on your mind.
And then, to be fair, the Huns here are fairly big off in the west. If I were to start a war, I'd probably want, you know, my heavy infantry, which is 6 turns out. Yeah, I suppose that's got to be on food, because that's all we got left. We'll do some experience gain on troops. Unbelievers starts the Inquisition, or banish the population. So let's see. Sacrifice 1 population to increase the stability, or increase money. Gives more combat strength on units. More stability. Okay. This is the follow-up from the religious hostility. Okay. Not down necessarily sacrifice population, so we'll just not pick that choice. We don't need a choice there. Same sort of thing with the slaves. It's like, yeah, we don't really need a choice. You can pick up a new wonder.
Budaiji was the largest wood structure in the world for 1200 years, more or less. That should impress anyone.
Oh, and you have a couple places you can put hippodromes. And apparently we needed that because we need stability from that. That's good to know. We only got one place we can put a hippodrome down. Oh no, two places. Put it over there as well. In fact, it's recommending putting it over there. So he's going up to 80. This wouldn't be a bad city to put a garrison in, seeing as we've got a exposed border. So plop that in. And then build that afterwards, of course. And then we will probably go around and start hippodroming places for more money. And then for an unclaimed wonder, what do we want? And the capital of empire is following the same religion. Health regeneration units. That's nice. Money per alliance. Yeah, money per alliance. Okay, that's what we want. We want you. Yep, we're claiming it. And then I'm probably going to have you start on the statue of Zeus. Well, that's actually pretty good adjacency for the one that wants mountains nearby. Think of that later. Oh, it's recommending I put it there, of all places. Oh, because it's got a lot of adjacency places. So it's put in a place where it's going to have lots of adjacency, is basically the plan. Okay. And as cities run out of things to do, they can swap over to building that. Cool. I'll accelerate a little bit faster, so it's not going to take 9 turns. I think it's going to be done a little bit too fast, but, you know, that's kind of the life for me. We must ask for reparations.
It is good to see you, friend. Truly.
We'll renounce that.
I know you won't.
It's these ones, I think, that we can pick next levels up. Yeah. Trade center. 5 more turns before that's ready again. We're one person away from that. That's probably not going to take very long to generate.
For such a mighty being, the tales of Zeus are full of questionable morality and poor decisions.
Yeah, the Greek gods are not the most of good role models. They're not good role models. Okay, food 8. Apparently 8's the best I'm going to get with a single farm district. Okay. And yeah, you probably do want to build a farm district so you can take people off of food. And then you're the other idle one. You don't need to get people off the food. You might actually just start building next. No, we don't have enough. I was about to say, you might start building the next Wonder Woman. It costs 2,000 influence, so not yet. Not yet. That makes sense. There's our grain star. Oh, sorry, Twitch chat. I just caught the how valuable is fame. So fame is in this game. It's victory points. So the person who has the most at the end of the game wins. There's various different ways to trigger an end game, but fame is the determining factor on who wins. So it is possible you could trigger the end game and lose, is maybe an interesting way to think about it, right? Is the fame is who's determining who wins. There are ways to trigger the end game without having a winning amount of fame. There's our heavy infantry. So now we can start building our emblematic unit. Maybe we might start something with the emblematic unit if we get enough of them. So you're idle. Of course, planning on building some of these guys, and these guys apparently cost 2 people each to build. Which is... Oh, actually... Oh. The war elephant... This isn't the, Carthaginian one, I assume. Still requires 2 people, so these always take 2 people, probably. So let's get a army of these basically going. That'll eat up a bunch of people, but that's fine. You might want some more farms. Somewhere. Generate some food. That's the best farm, 13. Let's give me an idea of how farms are. Yeah, we'll put that down. Refuse or welcome. The human cost across the border, the war ravages the empire of the Maya, thousands of men in their homes. Plus 2 people on 4 cities. Yeah. We'll probably turn that into troops, but at the moment that's good. We have enough faith that we can pick the next faith one up. So that'd be like, well, actually that'd be about 60 industry. We're actually running out of things to do industry on. Maybe attempting to do some more support for stuff. Probably not. This would be better if we had more trade routes. It's just people aren't buying our stuff at the moment. Like mandate patriotism. Goes with what we've got already. And there's only one more tier up. Money per alliance. Well, we only got one alliance, so that's not a lot. Although that's they have 3 holy sites, so that's interesting in its own right. Plus 20 stability on territory if territory follows a foreign religion. That's kind of not what we want. Might do mediate often for extra combat strength in the armies. Oh, we had one of our demands accepted. Yielded. Okay. Apparently we're scary enough that someone just gave in to our demands.
Unpleasant as these demands are, refusal would be a mistake.
Your support, it is our rock in a storm.
I think that might have been the religion. They might have converted to my religion. They're still in the classical era. Oof. We're almost done with the medieval. Yeah, everyone else is still in the classical. They're struggling. They're struggling hard. We're gonna pick that one up in a couple turns. And then we can go up another era. Oops, one of our populations starved.
Starvation? I don't mean to nag, but the marks one leaves on history should not necessarily be from malnutrition.
Yeah, we'll fix that. No new people will starve. I didn't account for the food requirements in the city after receiving the 2 people from the two sets of refugees. Same problem here. Okay, food stabilizer for a bit. We take the city watch, and we're able to enter the new era. So the question here is, do I want to pick up the rigging guard in actual mass at this point? Do remind me later. We're not in a rush. In fact, we want to hold around for at least 1 turn, so I can pick up the merchant stars here. Or pick up the merchant star. Our second one. It'll be done into... Let's build one here. In fact, I got the money. I could just pop the unit. Okay. right now. Oh, and the units are able to go up to 6. That's not actually a bad attachment to the army. So we'll be fine there for the moment. Okay, let's end a turn.
Friend, you are a sight.
It
Okay. We got the second one. Was what I wanted to see. We got the second one here. Pushing for the third one is going to take a while. It'd be 1,300, or no, 13,000. So 2 turns is 3,000, so it'd be 5 turns. Do you want to hang around 5 turns in the era? What else would I get in 5 turns? Not the techs. The techs are actually slowing down a bit. I'm not taking any territory. So it really comes down to, do I start a war? Which I could potentially do with the fact that our army is just that much bigger than theirs, but... Okay, let's get these breaking guards recruited. Think about recruiting. Encourage that city to grow a little bit. Oh, we got a... Because I've expanded the army a bunch. Got a food issue here. Yeah, that's a food issue. Oh, that's a food issue. Okay, so the solution to that... So that's a solution. There we go. Okay, so food stable. Starvation there. And what about the capital? Capital's probably not doing super hot either. Nope. And we're gonna get hit with some starvation again. That's gonna reduce the food costs, which that's not gonna do it. So yeah, I think it is time to pick the next culture. We could stay as the Byzantines, get another 5% money on city and outposts. We just built a bunch of Reagan Guard. They're probably actually strong enough to be a bit of an issue for anyone we're going to fight. I think that's gunpowder. We don't have any gunpowder. Or whatever the resource is to make gunpowder. Might be saltpeter. Could go Buccaneers. 2% food on cities per army poaching resources. Okay. So presumably have a unit that's good at poaching. Oh, notably here we got a faction that doesn't have an emblematic district. Money per pop. 1 money per pop. All cities. That's not bad. VOC warehouse. Money per adjacent harbor. Also against the quarter. A lot of the problems with that is I don't actually have good places to put adjacent harbors. Food and exploitation. Buy food with number of attached territories. This would be a good way to get a bunch of food. So it'll give me a flintlock troop, a gun troop that doesn't require any gunpowder. Science and science producing tiles. That's not very many, so that's actually maybe not as strong as I would hope. The Ming. Cost enacting civics and canceling. That's not really a problem anymore. The Mongols. 2% industry per number of territories in industry available in your capital. Okay. Oh, that's on the capital. That would have been a little bit better if we only had like one capital. Because it's only going to affect one place. Supremacy of fire. Faith per district. Influence per adjacent district. Chances of religious territory, okay. Edo-Japanese. So I think one of the early ones was probably a different Japanese dynasty. This is the Edo one. Terra, influence and faith. Influence for adjacent mountains, maybe a little bit hard to get out to the mountains. Make that useful, but that's not too bad. Granted, we don't need influence as much as we used to, because we've swapped it over to the main things we use influence on over to money. Don't think... Well, I suppose this might be us trading with other people as well, yeah. Okay, we probably... I'm leaning actually towards that food one. Because that would help a lot with our food issue here. And then we can go a little bit more military food. Yeah, let's do that.
Geography, cartography, algebra, optics, astronomy. It's a time of discovery and exploration. But discoveries are not made solely by traders and adventurers. Those who explore with ships and caravans would go in circles without those who explore with pens and parchment. A stable, successful, ecologically pragmatic culture. There is something to be said for matriarchies.
Okay. So now this is an agrarian-focused one, so this would be growing population, which kind of goes hand in hand with the food. We are still making money. But that's the 30k gain in money. 21 turns. That's doable.
I warn you, do not deceive me.
I still got demands on them, yeah. Okay. So did we have a... I think we probably did have a person starve. Is it the capital still starving? After the change? No, after the change they're good. Or get too buried into this. This is looking like a good place to put a part break in. I'm going to put a part break in. So the next part will be up tomorrow on YouTube. We'll start recording the next part on Twitch in a couple minutes. I'm going to take a short break to down this tea, to soothe the throat, and then we'll get right back to recording. We're going to record one more part tonight for a total of 5, and then that will be the end of the stream. So we'll be recording about another hour tonight. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.